Hello, everybody, and welcome back to If You Say Anything About How Messy My Hair Is, I'm Calling It a Hate Crime. And today we're playing more Hatoful Boyfriend, and I will say right off the bat, I don't know what I'm doing. I wanted to make it a project. You know what I mean? I wanted to go through all the routes because I think, in my opinion, from what I've seen on YouTube, that there is a severe lack of Hatoful Boyfriend content. And I think that needs to be addressed. And I think there's no better person to do it than me. But I don't know how far I'm going to get today. What my plan is to do as many routes as I can, as I have the energy for. And let me tell you, boy, do I have the energy. Before we start that, though, we of course have to do the item of the day. And as per usual, Palm is sitting in the exact spot that I need to put the thing in, which is fine. So I'm just going to find a thing that will hopefully not disturb her too terribly much. So today's item of the day is going to be her. She's, you know, she's her. So I'm going to set her up, and then we'll get to pigeon boyfriend time. The best time of the year. I'm going to assume that she's going to fall over any second now. And I'm not going to be doing anything about it. Sorry. Now, two things before I fully start. One, I fixed the sound. So the sound of the game is not drowning out my voice. So this should hopefully be a lot better than last time. Secondly, if you have not watched the first video, go watch that first. I'm begging you, because I am not, for every route, going to be replaying the entire beginning sequence, and editing it. I'm not going to. That is way too much. It's going to take up literally all my time and all of your time. So if you want to know what happens in the beginning before the choices start, go watch that first and then come back, please. I'm going to play through the beginning on my own, and then we will cut to this first choice. And the first video, I did Sakuya's route, just naturally. And this time we're going to be doing his other route because he has two endings. And so this time I looked up a guide, and we're going to be getting his other ending first. So that's the plan. So again, if you have not done the beginning or watched it, go to that first. And I'll see you in a second when we get to where we need to be. Okay, everybody, we're back. This is the first choice that you make in the game. And this is kind of where everything starts as far as picking what route you want to go with. So, for Sakuya's first ending, technically, the one that I didn't get when I first played, we're still joining the student council because he is the student council president, after all. So, we're joining the student council. So everything here is going to be the same as it was in my last playthrough. So again, I'm going to be skipping until the next choice. So just so you're aware, we're skipping time again, and we're going. Before we get to the rest, though, I forgot to mention that in order to get his first ending, you have to take all the music classes because he is a musical genius after all. So that's one of the main things. Is last time I kind of varied my classes to try and stay as balanced as I could. But this time, if we really want to appeal to Sakuya, you have to go with music class. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'll keep these in here because it'll probably be different most of the time. So let's get to that. Music class. Let's see, we sang birdie melodies. It was a little tiring, but singing together is fun. That's the same as it was last time. Okay. So, since it's short, I'll keep it in. You know, my charisma increased, though, so that's good. But we're going to the next choice now, so see you in a sec. All right, so again, last time I picked vice president. That is the correct choice here to get to his first ending as well. So this will be the same again. I apologize that this first one is going to be jumping a lot. But we're picking vice president again. All right, again, this will be the same. Talking to Sakuya. This is during their little hiking trip, I believe it is. So it's going to be the same. I'm going to skip it. All right, we have another music class. Let's see what it's like. Ooh, today is a music history lesson. So much thinking outside the box. And I feel like I'm going to fly off the handle. But this is what Mozart is all about, I guess. I wonder what those wigs felt like. They look like they're wearing ptarmigans on their heads. I don't know what that is. Do you seek to mock the great masters, low-born Philistine? Cool. I went to music class to be insulted. Very awesome and nice. Okay, so here's a problem. I think maybe this doesn't matter because this isn't in the guide. But last time I picked cheerleaders because that's where Sakuya was, so I'm going to assume that this is still the correct choice. Okay, again, this is not something that is in the guide. I'm gonna assume we're supposed to side with Sakuya, though. So I'm gonna keep it in because it's different. Last time I scolded them both, I believe. So let's side with Sakuya in the fight with Oko-san. Oko-san, settle down. This is a classroom. This is a matter between doves. Stay out of it, Magnus. You are a credit to your simian ancestry, October. I respect your judgment. Oh, I'm sorry, Oko-san. I catch Oko-san and throw him out the window. Just because you're angry doesn't mean you can make a mess. Come back in when you're prepared to be civilized. I feel kind of bad, though. Damn. Today's a good day. I feel like I'm shining. I wonder what I should do during break. So this is another important choice. I'm supposed to go to the store, but again, this is the same as before. Okay, so this is another choice, and again, it's the same thing I picked last time, saying I think that's a little rude when he's saying some weird shit to me. So I'm saying I think that's a little rude, and we're skipping through. Okay, we're attending music class. Let's see if it's any different. We all have to stand up and sing solos today. I'm nervous. Oh, Oko-san is trying his best. His voice is beautiful. Wow. We figured out Oko-san is a great singer. I think that was worth music class. So this is another important choice. I'm supposed to say become a famous artist, which I believe, again, I picked last time. I am also supposed to say no thank you to the teacher walking me home. So again, it's the same as last time. You know the drill. All right, we're back at music class. Let's go. I've been placed in charge of the timpani today. Last time it was the gong. I don't know what that is. What am I supposed to be? The musical gorilla? I don't know what a timpani is. I don't know. Anyways, see you in a sec. Another choice that I made last time. I just figure I keep these in just in case anyone wants to know the choices that lead me to the ending. But, you know, ultimately they're pretty straightforward. Again, it's the same choice, having him help me clean. So, okay, so this is where it actually gets different. So last time when my character, was considering going out and getting a part-time job, I said get a job. This time, you're supposed to say forget it. You're supposed to not go get a job. So let's see where we go. I think I'll wait until I'm in college. That way I can skip lectures and go to work. Slacking off and having fun is more the high schooler thing to do. Whee! I mean, yeah, fair. Oh, okay. We're going to the summer festival again. And I assume we're inviting Sakuya, so I believe this is going to be the same as before. Okay, so this is, I believe, when you accidentally go to school when you're not supposed to, you're supposed to return to your glorious abode, so we're doing that. Forgive me, sir, but I need to go home. I must return to my people with the spoils of war, lay my bloodied sword at the feet of my great king, and celebrate my conquest of all the lands from here to distant Macedonia. Oh, have fun. All right, we're going to music class again. Let's go. Oh no, I forgot my recorder. I don't think we have any spares. I do have my Hichiriki at least. You can play that? I don't know what that is. Music class is literally just filled with things apparently that I don't know. Okay, and obviously we're inviting Sakuya again to go with us to the haunted house. So we're going to look at Sakuya again playing the piano. All right, now obviously we're still going to his party, so again, this is all the same. And again, we're buying the racing blend because that is the expensive kind of beans? Yes. So we're buying that for him. Okay, I believe this is where it's supposed to get different. Even though these are all basically the same choices, I think the music classes are what sets it apart. So if you remember or saw in the last video, he asked me what I loved in the piano room when I went to see him. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, so after messing up twice because I wasn't being careful enough where I was clicking and I didn't save anything, we're back. So we're gonna not click the wrong one. Let's see what's different. You asked me what I loved. You asked me what I loved. That's right, and you gave a simple, honest answer right away. And that made me jealous. Okay, I think this is all the same, so I'm gonna carefully skip through this until something is different. So this is different, so everything was the same, and I was getting really nervous. I was like, bro, did I just do all that for nothing? Was the guide wrong? No, it was right, because last time it ended when Sakuya left at night. Now this is the morning and he's here. Wake up, it's morning, Sakuya. Silence. The hall of your father's has many lumps and sharp rocks, October. Jeez, what are you complaining about? I even got you some straw. Which is to say, I did the best I could do for a freeloader. Here, I made breakfast. Your first concert is today, so you need to get ready. He didn't complain about the food. That's an improvement. By the way, what is it? Have you contacted Yuya? You must be joking. I thought so. I have his address. Should I tell him about you? We need not worry him. I have no intention of asking favors of him. I didn't mean. Anyway, let it be. Things are fine as they are. I guess he's still a little chilly about Yuya. Maybe it's still too early. Let us go, October. Okay. So is he like living with us now because his dad like kicked him out? To Magnus. Salutations, I trust you are well. Little bird told me you've been taking care of Sakuya. He's a pain, but I know you'll be able to handle him just fine. I have something to tell him. Something very important. Something I've been meaning to tell him his entire life. Since you're... well, I guess I'm a little unsure myself. If he ever says he wants to see me, I'll think it over. When that time comes, let me know, okay? I'll keep in touch. Adieu. Sazuki Yuya. So his brother. Oh. Okay. So it's not super different, but I guess in his like full 100% like first ending, he ends up telling his father, and his father probably kicks him out, and he starts living with you. And he's chilly about his brother because he always has been, but his brother says if he ever wants to talk to him, then he might think about it. But what's his little secrets? Song of the Foolish Bird. Oh. Interesting. That was that ending. We are going to move on to the next one. So next route, we're obviously doing another character. We are going to be doing Ryouta, which is our childhood bestie. And I'm very excited because a lot of things should be very, very different. Again, I'm going to be skipping the beginning until we start getting to the choices. Those will all be different, so it'll take a little bit more time. But I just wanted to show Sakuya's other ending because I love him. And I just want to show all the endings because I'm being a little extra about this game. I think it deserves it. So We're going to start the Ryouta route. I'll see you in a moment when we start getting to the choices. So here we are. We are at the first choice, the first crossroads. And the thing about Ryouta is since he's not in a lot of these activities, it doesn't necessarily matter what you choose. So I'm going to be choosing the same things as last time since it doesn't matter, just for the choices that don't matter. I'm going to be skipping through quite a bit in this one, except for when it comes to the differences. And one thing I will note as well is Ryouta only has one ending. So once we get his ending, that's that on that. And again, he doesn't care what classes you pick. So I'm going to be doing all the music classes again, since we've already gone through all of those, to make it easier on myself. Okay, so this is something I wanted to include, is instead of picking vice president, I'm going to pick something else to be in the student council, since I'm not going for Sakuya anymore. I think I'm going to pick treasurer. You came here to take a job like that? Unacceptable. Where is your ambition? Are you testing yourself? You've got more backbone than that. Than vice president? Very well. Okay, so it doesn't matter what I pick. And so I was inflicted with vice presidency. There isn't anybody else on the council, is there? Okay, so that's at least fun to see. I assume it's the same for if you pick, clerk. So we're gonna keep skipping. Here is the first Ryouta choice. So we are on that class trip, and we're going to be talking to Ryouta. Ryouta, let's eat together. Sure. Great view, huh? Huh? Is that your lunch, Magnus? Yep. It's a calorie me. That's a pretty sad thing to bring on a picnic. No, it's not. A great man once said it's the ambrosia of the gods. Geez, if you eat like that, you'll be dead on the roadside by the time we head back. Here, I'll share mine. Really? Wow. Thanks, Ryouta. And so I got to eat half of Ryota's lunch. His cooking is so good. We can save the calorie me in case of a survival situation. Oh, cute. He shares your little lunch with you. Okay, we are attending music class, so I'll see you in a moment. Next different choice. So since Ryouta said he was going to be in the three-legged race, that is what we're doing. Oh, are you joining us? Want to run together? I haven't found a partner yet. Okay. Get set, go! Ryota's running for both of us. Pairing up a bird and a primate might have been a bad idea. Well, we somehow came in second anyway, though. We have brought honor to our class. Hell yeah, we came in second. That ain't bad. Okay, another new choice. Instead of going to the store, we're going to the cafeteria. I think I'll eat at the cafeteria today. Excuse me, one half-dead fried rice, please. Yum, my favorite. No, this is wrong. A fake, a vicious lie. A familiar voice indeed. This is not pudding. Dude, I love Oko-san. I know, you said. So come on, let's eat outside. We can't horse around in here. What's going on? Not that I can't tell by looking. San saw the pudding here and went nuts. I stopped him from going on a rampage, but ow, cut it out, Oko-san. Release me at once, my rage voltage is rising. Help me, Magnus. Ooh, okay. Leave it to me or let him go. Let's find out. Leave it to me is the choice. Leave it to me. Leave it to me, Ryouta. My hunger-gatherer blood boils. No, the Beast Queen shows her true colors. Pull out, pull out. He's gone. Oko-san rushes from the cafeteria like a rabbit from a catapult. Ah, safe at last. Thanks, Magnus. No problem. All I did was shout at him anyway. Apparently that was enough. Now we can all eat lunch without fear of disaster. Nice. Good, I saved everyone. This time, instead of saying become a famous artist, we're saying we want to conquer the world by force. That's what we're doing. I wish to crush all opposition that rises before me and rule the world with an iron fist. Okay, do we let the teacher walk us home? Okay, we say no thank you, so again, I'll be back. Okay, so this is where it starts getting different, which I did not realize that that was the case. Um, so I went back and I saved. So now we're gonna start getting a little bit different options. I just went to that last music class that I skipped, and now we're gonna be talking to Ryouta. So we're in a different room for next period, right? Barely 2 hours into the day and I'm already hungry. Ah, I can't bear this. Ryouta, we're in the textile room next, right? Let's walk together. Sure. Huh? That was an awfully unenthusiastic response. You don't look too good. Are you okay, Ryouta? I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's go. You're not fine. Yeah, it's my stomach. Tummy hurty. You know, sometimes your tummy hurty. This happens all the time. It's nothing to worry about. I'll just go to the infirmary for a bit. Could you let the teacher know, please? There was a typo. I just noticed that. It's fine. Can you make it there on your own? Yeah, I can. Thanks. See you in a bit. Okay. He never showed up for third period or fourth. Is he still in the infirmary? I'll go check on him after I eat lunch. A Magnus marches on her stomach after all. Ryouta? Oh, hello. Are you okay? You look even worse than you did earlier. I'm fine. Sitting around just makes it worse. I got some medicine from the doctor, but I'm not convinced that medicine is doing him any good. I wouldn't trust anything that doctor prescribed. Something's wrong if you go to the infirmary feeling sick and go home feeling worse. Wait a minute, Ryouta. I'm going to give that doctor a piece of my mind. But wait, Magnus. It's not his fault. I just have a weak stomach. I know because I looked, I'm going to go yell at the doctor. That has nothing to do with it. I'll be back in a minute. Boy. Doctor! Dr. Uemine? Barging in the door and shouting for the doctor is hardly accepted practice. Shall I prepare a sedative for you? Yeah, no. No, thank you. I want to talk to you about Ryouta. Ryouta? Oh, Mr. Kawara. He left some time ago. He rested here for 2 hours and wasn't any better for it. You did something to him, didn't you? Wouldn't it have been worse to do nothing to him? Doing things to people is my job, after all. Well, yes, but I mean something unnecessary. I'm afraid I can't respond to complaints with no evidence. I examined his condition and provided him with the appropriate medicine. Beyond that, it's all down to how quickly his body recovers. You can't possibly be holding me responsible for his unhealthy nature, can you? What? He's probably right. He doesn't have anything to do with Ryota's weak body. If you did something to him, please do send a complaint. After you find evidence, of course. An evil smile flickers across his face for a moment and is gone. He did something to Ryouta, didn't he? Okay. Yeah, that was whack. Wow, can't wait to do the doctor's routes because... What the fuck? So I'm gonna do something differently here because I joined the student council and this is the part where we're supposed to clean. I'm gonna say never mind and just clean by myself. Well, alright. You can sit there and tell me what to do. Excellent. And so the council room was polished until it shone with the light of 1,000 suns, just as planned. I went along with him. Damn. Just let him do whatever he wants, it's fine. So this time we are supposed to go get the job, and then we are supposed to give it to Ryouta like I did in my first playthrough. So that's all going to be the same, so I am going to skip ahead through all of that. So again, I will see you when it is not the same thing. So this time, we're going to the summer festival again, and obviously we're inviting Ryouta, but I also just noticed that there's a little spoon in the corner. I don't think I noticed that before. But that's fine. Let's invite Ryouta to the summer festival now. Thanks for inviting me, Magnus. Come on, let's go. So many booths. How are we supposed to choose?
Use our hunter-gatherer instincts, Magnus. Let's go find something to eat. I'll pay.
What? No fair. I'm paying for yours.
It's a deal.
Yakitori sounds good right about now.
Oh,
And so I spent a happy evening with Ryouta. Maybe we can go again next year. I love me some yakitori. Okay, so this is going to be the same again, so BRB. Alright, I think this is different, so I'm going to read it. So I just said it's time to go home and do some debauchery.
hey, Magnus.
Ryouta, what's up?
Wanna walk home together? Though if you were going somewhere else.
I would love to. Okay.
The sun's going down already. I guess it's fall now.
The most elegant of seasons. Correct.
Hey, look, a swallow.
The most elegant of birds. Oh, there's its nest.
They're supposed to be done rearing chicks by the start of summer. I guess all birds are changing now.
I guess so. The chicks are really small. That reminds me of something from long time ago.
Me too. Thank you, Magnus.
When I was young, I found Ryouta freezing on the ground after falling out of his mother's nest. Doves breed all year round, no wonder they're everywhere. That was how we met, right? When I found you flopping around in the dirt and carried you back up to your nest.
That's mean.
Thinking about it, if I hadn't walked by then, you'd be dead. Though you're still not exactly the healthiest bird around. Call him out like that.
Yeah, thank you, Magnus. If you hadn't found me then, I wouldn't be here now. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Ever since I've always loved your kindness and monkey tree climbing genes. And you're just the same as you were then. Never change, okay?
Aw, that's such a silly little origin story. Okay. So we're gonna skip through because I know I'm supposed to... There we go. I was not expecting to see him in a little bird maid costume.
Magnus, wait.
What's up, Ryouta?
Are you free right now? We've got way more customers than we expected, and we could really use another waitress.
You're right. Where are they all coming from? Leave it to me, Ryouta. I'll give them a taste of my super maid technique. And so I never ended up looking around the festival. Only maids now. That's nice that we at least helped him out. I window shopped too much on the way home and the sun's already down. Whee! Huh? Who's the cute girl handing out flyers? It's Ryouta. What are you doing, Ryouta? The festival's over, or is that what you always wear?
No, this is my job.
What kind of job is that?
You're misunderstanding. It's...
We're gonna have to cancel Ryouta, bro. We're gonna ignore that. I'm not misunderstanding at all.
We need the money. Here, you take a flyer too.
I guess I'm asking for him when I go there. I'll make sure to ask for you.
Thank you. I'll be waiting, Magnus. Oh, and my name at work is Colleen, so address me with that.
Colleen? Okay. See you later, Colleen. I'll tip you big, little lady. Man, that sure wasn't on my Hatoful Boyfriend bingo card, I'll say it. Ryouta, wanna walk home together?
Sorry, I need to go somewhere right now. Maybe later?
Okay. Is something wrong, Ryouta?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it, Magnus.
His smile is incredibly unconvincing. But if he doesn't want me worrying about it won't do any birdie any good. Maybe I'll go to the arcade. Let's go to the arcade. Ah, that was fun. I haven't played in a while. I should practice some new songs to get back into the game. Huh? What's Ryouta doing over here? And why is he coming out of... the hospital?
He has a bad tummy, you know this.
Ryouta, were you...
Magnus, I want to talk to you. Is now a good time? It triggers my fight or flight anxiety. Of course, what is it? Just tell me. Don't ask if you can talk. Just tell me. Well, sorry, I'm not sure how to say this.
Take your time, I'm not going anywhere.
Thanks. My mother isn't doing well. She was never really very healthy.
She did always used to catch colds during the winter.
Yeah, even though doves are supposed to fare better in the cold than in the heat. She's been getting worse since the end of September. After a certain point, I couldn't take care of her on my own. So she's in the hospital now.
And that's where you've been going after school. I hope she gets better soon, Ryouta.
She won't.
That's unnecessarily sad.
She won't?
He's crying.
Sorry for holding you up, Magnus. See you.
Ryouta!
And so he fled into the night.
That's so sad. Ouchie. Wow. Now I just gotta look at my finals. Whatever. Somebody sent me a text message. It's from Ryouta. Meet me in the park at 7. What's going on? I hope it isn't something bad. Ryouta, I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Nope. Sorry for dragging you out like this, Magnus.
What is it? Is your mother okay?
Yeah, she's fine now, thanks. She said, "You're old enough already. Go spend the day with someone important," and wouldn't let me back into her room. Going home is too lonely, so I thought maybe if I talked to you, I'd feel a little better.
So you called me? Do you feel better?
Yep, thank you. Oh, sorry, sitting out here on Christmas Eve is kind of sad. Want to go somewhere?
I don't mind, Ryouta. Anywhere's fine with you. I didn't even notice it was Christmas Eve. Aww. And so Ryouta and I spent the evening sitting together in the park. It wasn't very Christmassy, but I didn't mind. Ow, that hurts my little heart. Aww. So correct thing to buy for Ryouta is calm corn. It's what my man needs. Today's the day. The preparations are complete. Time to give the beans to that special sunbirdie. Ryouta, wait.
Huh?
Do you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
Here, calm corn for legumintines.
Whoa, thanks, Magnus. Are you sure? I love these, they're really good.
It said they were easy on birds' stomachs, so I thought you might. I know sometimes it's tough, but I like being around you and helping you, Ryouta.
Thank you, Magnus. That makes me really happy. You like udon, right? Let me take you out sometime.
He knows me so well. Okay. He seems happy. Yay. Yeah, Ryouta knows me. He knows I'm a simple-minded person who only thinks of udon. That aside, it's cold. I need to do something about the temperature in my house before I get sick. Huh? Someone sent me a text message. In the park. Come quick. That makes me nervous. Ryouta? Ryouta is huddled on the bench where we usually meet. Ryouta, what's... He's crying? It's still cold out, Ryouta. You'll catch a cold without a coat on.
Right. Hey, Magnus. My mother died today.
No, I knew it.
I knew it. I knew the minute he was like, come quick.
Aww. I can't find words. I had a feeling this conversation would come, but I don't know what to say.
She was a dove, but she always got sick when it was cold. That's not right. That isn't supposed to happen.
Ryouta.
I'm alone now, Magnus.
You still have me, don't you?
She said the same thing at the end. Rely on Magnus and let her rely on you. But I think that would be irresponsible of me. I love you, Magnus, more than anyone else now.
I love you too, Ryouta.
But how can I say this? My mother was weak, but it's not as if she had a short life for a dove. So,
what are you trying to say, Ryouta?
If you were to marry me, I'd die much sooner than you. We're different species. We have different lifespans, too. That's nature. But knowing that from the start, knowing that I would end up leaving you alone, It just seems too irresponsible.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter we can't... It doesn't mean we can't be together. I love you, Ryouta. I want to be with you until the end. It's like, listen, such like a sweet little heart-touching moment, but also the fact that it's like a bird and a person. He knows he's a bird and I'm a person. It's like self-aware, but it like doesn't matter in this universe. I don't know. We're just gonna go along with it.
I know what it feels like to be left alone now. I don't want to make you feel this pain, Magnus. I think we should go our separate ways.
No, we won't. That's what life is, Ryouta. It's unfair and painful, and sometimes it seems nothing good will ever happen. But fighting on, following our urge to seek happiness anyway, that's what makes us alive. That's how our ancestors lived and died and evolved and brought us to where we are now.
But birds weren't meant to come this far. We've advanced more than we were ever meant to.
That doesn't matter. Ryouta, I love you. I want to be with you as long as I can, even if it's just for a little while. I think you want to be with me too. Where's the problem?
Magnus, I'm not as healthy or strong as you are. I'm not smart or handsome or rich. But I'm happy. Thank you.
You don't have to think about it so much, Ryouta. We can worry about the future when it comes, right?
Right. I don't think I'll have calmed down for a while yet, but I'm glad I was born. If only because I got to be with you. It's like a miracle. Thank you.
We have to part with everyone eventually. If it comes a little early, then that's life. I don't care for how long it is. I'm happy enough just being with Ryouta. But live as long as you can, Ryouta. Live as long as you can, so that you can carry wonderful memories with you when you return to the sky. Why was that, like, the most emotional ending ever? I was not at all thinking it was gonna go in the direction that it did. I thought it was gonna be like a silly little ending, kind of like it was with Sakuya. That was like so like heartbreaking in a way. It had like a good ending, but like it got so existential, and for what? It had like a message. Ending number 1, while it lasts. Oh no! That's such a sad little picture. Okay, well that ending was sad as fuck. Ow. I'll be back after I process that a little bit. We are gonna do another route, so just as a heads up, stick around. But if you would also like to take a quick break, consider this a little intermission. Okay, so after all of that, let's shift gears to something something that I won't like very much. We are going to be doing the Kazuaki route, which is our teacher. He has one ending, just like Ryouta. I don't condone this, but I do want to get all the endings, so we're gonna do it. So I will be back again after the first part and when the choices start happening. Alright, so first choice. This is the first time that we get to pick something different, and this time we're supposed to pick the library staff as the club to join, so I'm excited to see where this leads. Also, I will note that since he is the teacher, you don't necessarily have to, what the guide says, but they recommend sticking with math class every time because he's the one who teaches it. So those are going to be a little different as well, because I think I only took like 1 or 2 math classes last time. Oops. That's everyone, isn't it? Have fun. Alright. Oh, it just chops right into that. Okay, cool. We are going to attend math class. So I can be so super smart. Mr. Nageki dozed off as usual, but class was somehow good anyway. I feel smarter already. I so smart. My wisdom increased by 5. I'm a genius now, actually. I should be teaching the class. Just saying. I'm on receptionist duty today. Better hurry. Boring as usual. The library here doesn't seem very popular. Not enough books? It's on the 5th floor, though, so at least the view is nice. Sitting here twiddling my thumbs is bad for me. I wish someone would come ask me something. There's no birdie here. I wonder if it would be okay to close early. I wish I could just spread my wings and fly away. I don't know who this is. Planning to jump off the building? The window there is rather good for that, Miss Receptionist. Oh, it's the shy guy. Nageki? When did you...
I've been here all along.
I never noticed. He's almost as bad as the doctor.
You're thinking I have no presence, right? It's okay. I already know that.
You certainly seem to like this place.
Yes. Is that a problem?
Ooh, what am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say no, books are nice.
They are.
Why don't you join the library staff, Nageki? You could read whatever you want.
I already read whatever I want.
Touché?
You shouldn't slack off, Miss Receptionist.
And with that, he takes a book and is gone between the stacks. What a strange bird. Damn. So hostile for no reason. Alright, and this time we get to talk to him during the hike. So we're gonna go talk to him. What is it, October? Break isn't over yet. I wanted to talk to you, sir. Your friends are all here. Why not talk with them? He's calling out how strange this is. Do you not want to talk to me? No, that's not what I meant. You're a funny girl. October. Oh, he's gone. Wait, no, I haven't said anything yet. And so I took a nap with Mr. Nanaki. I wonder if he has some sort of illness. I hope he's okay. Today's an elective day. What should I do? We are attending math class once again. I'm not getting this at all. Maybe you should review the basics a little more, October. Yes, sir. Ta-da! I am smarter. I so smart. So this is again gonna be different. We are going to the library again. Because I think we're supposed to be smart. I don't know. May is practically summer already. It's too hot. I think I'll rest in the library. Ah, much better. It's nice that the AC is on, but do we really need it? No birdies in here today.
It's not on.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be there. It's you, Nageki.
It's you, Miss October.
Whoa, he called me by my name.
They don't run the air conditioning on until June. It just feels cold compared to outside.
Oh, is that it? It would be a little strange to start spending money to cool a barely used library in May. Anyway, aren't you going to participate in the festival, Nageki?
Aren't you?
Eep.
I don't like it outside, so I stay in here. That's all.
I see.
Why are you sitting next to me?
Do you mind?
Not really.
Listen, our class president got duped into being a cheerleader and... Sorry.
No. Keep going.
And so I spent the day telling him about the festival and whatnot while he read. I don't know how much he was listening to me, but he didn't seem to mind, I think. Well, that's kind of nice. Today's a good day. I feel like I'm shining. I wonder what I should do during break. We are supposed to go to the infirmary. Oh, him. You again? Are you ill? Not exactly. Then why are you here? I came here to skip class. I wanted to skip class. Get out. Kicked out at the speed of light. I should probably take my school life more seriously. Damn, that was a short and sweet interaction. We're going to math class again, though, boys. Let's go. I always find myself wondering what the math we learn is good for. Oko-san be seepin. And now we can draw a line perpendicular to the... Is this math class or nap time? Well, at least I got smarter, though. This time...
Oh, oh, I didn't even notice that.
I thought it was just a coincidence with Ryouta. Whoever you're, like, pursuing, it shows their little thing. Morning conference on 10th. Leave 30 minutes early. Buy another alarm clock. May I wake up on time? Wednesday is garbage day, remember. Damn. What a guy. So I'm supposed to say rule the world from the shadows. I wish to take the reins of power through clever schemes and rule the world from the shadows. Oh, hello. Is that you, October? Mr. Nageki. You should be careful out this late. It can be dangerous for a girl, you know. I was about to head home. Would you like me to walk you to your place? I assume yes, but I'll double check. So here's where I realized I fucked up. I was reading the wrong guide. But since I have been talking to him and going to math class and stuff, I think I can salvage this. So, now that I'm on the right guide, my bad. Pretty much almost all the choices were the same. So let's continue. So yes, you are supposed to say yes, please. For him walking you home. Yes, please. All right. Mr. Nageki demonstrated some extreme sleeping on the way home, but we arrived eventually. Your house is very rustic, October. I like it this way. It's wonderful to have a place to come back to, isn't it? Wonderful indeed. He looks a little sad. Sir. See you tomorrow. Don't forget your homework. And so he left, a somewhat hollow-sounding farewell echoing behind him. Or was it just my imagination? Oh, does he not have a home? Okay, well, we're taking math class again, yeehaw. Sir, how will integral calculus help us in life? Hard to say. Might never help you at all, October. But only studying things that help you in life is tiresome. Think of it as educational candy. This is the same thing last time, but I'm still going through it. Integral calculus is educational candy? I'm not prepared to accept this. I leveled up. Yeehaw! Today's the last day. It's been a semester already. Sometimes it seemed long and sometimes it seemed short. I need to check all the assigned books before I go home. There will be a lot of students coming in to borrow the summer reading pretty soon. Today's the closing ceremonies. There are even fewer birds in here than usual. Am I the only one? Well, that just makes my job easier. But I'm probably not alone. I've seen this situation before. So, in the actual guide that I was supposed to be following, I was supposed to join the student council? But again, I think I'm still on the right track. I think I can salvage this as long as I say no to Nageki, basically. So are you here, Please be quiet in the library. Hello. You're rather noisy today. Did you want something? Nope, I was just wondering if you were here. Of course. I'm always here. He replies from his corner in a somewhat annoyed tone of voice. Oh, the book he's holding. That's assigned reading this semester. Is it any good? Not really. I'm almost done with it. It forces its safe, ethical viewpoint on the reader, like all assigned reading. The whole concept is inane. Why force everyone to read the same books? It is pretty boring most of the time. What do you like to read? Huh? You volunteered to work here, so you must like books. I was wondering what to read next. So you want me to recommend something? He nods. I'm gonna say something that he won't like, just so I dissuade him from me, because my bad. I know this is what I'm supposed to pick, because I looked at the wrong guide, but I'm gonna pick this. Orihato. What about My Little Nico Bar Can't Be This Cute? I liked it. I've never heard that name before. What is it? It's a light novel that came out last month. It's about an incredibly tsundere Nico-war with a complex and her faceless male protagonist brother, and... I see. He sounds extremely uninterested. Don't look down on light novels. Kirinako is cute. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, so we're going to the summer festival, and I get to invite my teacher. So, okay, I think what happened, though, and why I fucked up is because in the guide, his name is spelled differently. In here, it's Kazuaki, but in the guide, it's with a Y. Kazuyaki instead of Kazuaki. So I think that's why I was getting confused. But this is him. So let's go with that. Good evening, October. Such nice weather. Anyway, you needed something. Sir, today's the summer festival. Want to go together? The two of us? I wouldn't mind, but wouldn't it be more fun with someone your own age? I think it'll be plenty of fun with you, sir. Let's go. I don't like it. This is the first time I've been to a festival here. It's very lively. I feel a little dizzy. Are you okay, sir? I'm fine, don't worry. I'm just not very used to crowds. Whoa. Fun. Ah, fireworks, how nice. We studied redox color reactions, October. Oh, yes, in middle school. Copper turns green and sodium turns red, that sort of thing. No, sodium turns yellow, right? Oh, that's right. Silly me. Anyway, that's how fireworks work. So beautiful. Though, your eyes are even more beautiful, sir. He's sleeping good. He fell asleep? He held up pretty well, but I guess he gets even sleepier than usual as soon as the sun goes down. And besides, I think the girl is supposed to get told she's prettier than the night, not the man. Oopsie. Girl. I know I'm doing this, but like, questionable taste. Okay, so obviously we're supposed to help him. Help Mr. Nageki. You will? Thank you. I'll go make us some tea. And so I spent the morning grading tests in the air-conditioned staff room, like a proper little lady. This tea is very good. It has mango in it. I do like sweet tea. Ooh, that sounds yummy, bro. Hell yeah. Okay, we're attending math class, everybody. Again. I had hoped for something a little more interesting from an elective, but this is dull. I can just barely keep up, even though Mr. Nageki explains everything so clearly. So this is all easy for you, Sakuya? Wow. Are you trying to curry favor with me? He looks happy, though. I'm so smart. Let's go. Oh, whoa. Good morning. What the heck is going on? The classroom is filled with a cloud of dancing feathers. Somebody eviscerated a down pillow or something? Ryouta, what?
Maybe they didn't clean up properly yesterday. It's molting season, so... Well, one little breeze and it looks like this unless we make sure to keep everything clean.
Now that I look closely, Ryota's head feathers are looking a little loose, too. I guess every birdie's growing themselves new outfits. Good morning, everyone. Sir, can we clean up a little before homeroom? Cleaning in the morning.
This atmosphere is quite distracting. Who was supposed to clean yesterday?
Oko-san!
Wretched mongrel. Can't you even fulfill the duty given to you?
Uh-oh.
Come on, arguing won't solve anything. It'll be easy if we all pitch in.
And so we swabbed the room before homeroom. Ooh, okay, good. This is a lot of feathers. Not enough for a futon, but I bet we could make a nice pillow. It certainly is more than usual. Did they come in the window, perhaps? Huh? Sir, did you spill some chlorine on yourself? Chlorine? We don't use that kind of detergent. But, you really smell like it. Oh, that would be the bleach. Bleach? Sir, are you one of those degenerates who bathes with bleach powder? No, I dozed off and got stuck in the washing machine last night, that's all. That's dangerous. Sir, please be careful. Yes, I'll... I guess there wasn't any way he was going to stay awake after helping us clean the room. When he falls asleep in the washing machine? Sick. Oh, this is different. Okay, I was just about to be like, so many things to do, I can't choose. Oh, October. Mr. Nageki, what is it? Your shift is tomorrow, right? Yep. Could you maybe help at the reception desk? We're getting a lot more people than we expected. Of course, I shall mete out information and directions like an Oni of old, cleaver in hand, seated atop a throne wrought from the skulls of my foes. Thank you, I'll go get a chair. Okay. It looks like the crowd is thinning out a little. That was tiring. Are you okay, sir? I'm fine, just a little... There he goes. At least he held up pretty well until now. It's almost time to clear up and prepare for classes tomorrow. And so I spent the last hours of the festival nervously watching Mr. Nageki sleep, slipping ever lower in his chair. Fun, okay. I handed in my recorder instead of my math homework. What do I do? Is Mr. Nageki still in the staff room? Excuse... Huh? Mr. Nageki and Dr. Iwamine. I hadn't expected to see them together. And you see nothing peculiar about these numbers? Nothing at all. There is a statistical deviation visible in the data on students from the past few years. I'd hoped to get some insight from you, but it would seem I have overestimated you. Really? Sorry I couldn't help then. Obviously I'm siding with Kazuaki. Duh. That's not very nice, Doctor. What do you want? Hello, October. What is it? Sir, I gave you my recorder earlier instead of my homework. So you did. Here you go. Here's the workbook. Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir. Like teacher, like pupil. Oh. Drama. What's the tea? Today was good. The true, real life. I think I'll go home and spend some fulfilling time before going to bed.
Magnus,
Hi, Ryouta.
you know where Mr. Nageki lives, right?
Yes, but why do you ask?
He left his phone in the staff room. He's already left, but you know how slowly he moves. If you hurry, you could catch up to him before he gets home. I could take it to him, but I need to run some errands for my mother before I go home. So I was wondering if maybe you could.
Sure, I'm not doing anything.
Thank you.
Mr. Naneki's phone. Now that I think about it, I don't know anything about his personal life. Is he always as spacey as he is at school? He probably spends 97%, I assume, of his time at home asleep. A piece of paper fell out of his phone case. What's this? Oh, it's a photo. A photo of a bird, but I can't see the face at all. Someone scribbled all over it. Did Mr. Nageki do this? It doesn't seem like him at all. I'll just put it back in the case. Maybe I should pretend I didn't see it. Sir. Oh, hello, October. Where are you going? You look like you're in a hurry. Sir, you forgot your cell phone. So I did. Thank you for coming after me with it, October. That was very nice of you. No problem at all, sir. Was there something else? Ooh, let me look. I think we're supposed to ask him about it. Yep, we're supposed to ask about the photo. Okay. Sir, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look inside, but something fell out. Oh, the music. Hello? Fell out? The picture, yes, that. Don't worry about it. After all, it's not something you need to worry about, right? But I'm curious. It was almost completely marked out. Yes, because I marked it out. He did? I never would have believed it from someone else, but since it's him saying so... Well, see you tomorrow. And so he left, without a farewell, as carefree as if we'd just been talking about the weather. He has a side I've never seen, doesn't he? That was a lot. The music felt like a horror movie. Is that where we're heading right now? I wouldn't have expected it to be with the teacher. It's that time of year when the chill outside gradually breaks down my soul. Well, I'm done cleaning, so I guess it's time to go home. Where's my phone? I remember looking at Daily Portal Z during break, so I can't have left it at home. We had chemistry lab today, right? Maybe I left it in there. The door is open. Good. They have human stuff in there? I'm the only human in the school. That's goofy. There it is. sitting right on the bench I worked at. Sorry, were you lonely? Come on, let's head home. Oh, I bumped into... Uh-oh. Doctor? You again? Has your life no purpose aside from meddling with me? No, What is he even doing here? He came out of the chemistry prep room, right? Alone, after school, in the lab. What were you doing? I left something behind. Did you see anything? I'm asking if you saw anything. What is he talking about? Would it be a problem if I'd seen something? Very well. May I ask a favor of you, Miss October? Yes, what is it? Could you bring me the files from the prep room? The black ones on the desk. Isn't this the prep room right here? They are somewhat heavy for me, but I am sure you will have no problem with them. Would you mind? No, sir. I'm not sure I could get away with saying no. I'll just do as he says. Files, which ones? I don't see anything like what he asked me for. Wait. I'm locked in? Doctor? Doctor, let me out. What are you doing? Let me out, brute villain, fluffy heretic? No reply. The building's going to be locked soon, and I didn't tell anyone I was coming here. Wah. Somebody help me, the doctor locked me in here. Why did he do that? There's no reason to unless... He thinks I saw something I shouldn't have. This must be his way of shutting me up, or removing the evidence. That's probably it. I'm in despair. This evil doctor who will probably be coming back with a cleaver or something has left me in despair. I'm not sure I could make it out the window. But I have to get out of here quickly. How can I? Is the teacher gonna save me? Footsteps. Coming closer. I have to hide. But there's nowhere to hide in here. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Please don't. Huh? I knew it! He's saving me from whatever fate. What are you doing in here, October? School is closed already. Mr. Nageki. I thought I heard noises coming over here. Were you banging on the door, October? That's not good. The door isn't a punching bag. I think I can see a halo around his head. I can practically hear angels. I'm alive. Whoa. Sir, There are some dangerous things in here, so don't come in without asking, okay? I didn't come in of my own accord. The doctor... That's right. I asked her to. Oh. You did? Indeed. I am truly sorry. I completely forgot I'd asked her to get something and locked her in and walked off. You locked the door as soon as I walked in here. Who are you, Clive Waring? Is that it? Well, then. This whole thing stinks of ill-doing, Mr. Nageki. But the doctor said it was an accident. I think it might be best if you went home as soon as possible this time of year, October. It gets dark so quickly. That is true. I wanted to leave early, but then all this happened. Well then, I'll head home now. Stay safe. We have a proper career plan survey tomorrow, so don't forget the printout from earlier today. Ayo? October is a very honest, nice girl, isn't she? Though she's a little bit restless. I agree completely. Anyway, I shall excuse myself now. Goodbye. Doctor. Yes? I was a little sloppy. You failed to pay sufficient attention to your surroundings. That sort of thing will be the death of you, you know. Just kidding. Accidents like that happen to everyone, and you remembered to come let her out in the end. Don't worry about it. Yes. Thank you, Professor. Hey, yo. Well, at least I did good on my finals, probably. I ranked top of the year this time. Cool. What?
she beat you by 2 points, Shirogane. Oh well. Grr. Sakuya's glaring daggers at me again. How nostalgic. Anyway, my hard work paid off. Yippee! There's a lot going on here. The sun, its majestic brilliance, sweeps across the land, lighting it into incandescent glory. It's the first day of the new year. Looks like I'm still alive to enjoy it. It's a little cold out, but it's calm and the sun is warm. I think I'll go visit the shrine. This is very different. There are a lot of birds here already. Must be nice to have warm winter plumage. Maybe I should borrow some from some birdie. I think I'll buy an amulet and go home. Magnus, ew, look at his cute little outfit. Happy New Year. Here's to many happy returns, right? What are you doing, Ryouta? Exactly what it looks like. I'm working here today and tomorrow. Oh, it looks good on you. You came here to buy an amulet, right? Which would you like? Ooh, does it say in the guide? Yes, it does. Okay, I'm supposed to say fulfillment in school. Here you go. Thanks, Ryouta. Are you here all day today? Yep, the first day's always busy. Oh well, I was gonna ask if you wanted to get lunch together, but... Sorry, Magnus. Maybe some other time? Since you're here, why not go get a fortune? They're next to the main building over there. Okay, thanks. See you, Ryouta. Mr. Nageki, Happy New Year. Oh, hello, October. Happy New Year. Did you get a fortune, sir? Yes, unfortunately, I seem to have drawn the chicken of ill omen. Why don't you take one? I will. Which should I take? This one. What'd I get? Ew, cute. Osechi blessing. Good, you got a better one than I did. I think this will be a good year for you, October. Thank you, sir. Oh boy. There's something shifty going on, though. We're just gonna ignore that? We're just gonna not think about it? Okay, we are supposed to buy the country millet. Alright. Today's the day. The preparations are complete. It's time to give the beans to that special sunbirdie. Sir, Mr. Nageki. Hello, October. What is it? Today is Legumintine, so I wanted to give you beans. You want to give them to me? Are you sure that's okay? You don't have someone else. No, sir. I want to give them to you, sir. I don't know what kind of things you like to eat, so I wasn't sure which to get, but... Ah, millet seeds. I like them very much. I've enjoyed them for a long time. They bring back good memories. Such a nice, gentle smell. And he's gone. Sir, they do smell nice, but please don't fall asleep. Oh, you really sure you want to give these to me? Yes, sir. A hunter-gatherer never goes back on her word. Thank you, then. I wonder what I should give you in exchange. I'll have to think about it. And so he wandered off towards the staff room, a gentle smile on his face. I'm glad he liked them. I'm nervous. The semester's almost over. In a few short days, I will no longer be a sophomore. But there's one thing I have left to do first. One thing I need to do. Oh boy, are we confessing? Oh boy. Hello, October, what is it? Asking to meet outside is a little odd. If it's about your career plan, don't worry, you're still a sophomore. You don't have to decide for a few months yet. No, sir, I wanted to ask you something. Oh, please do. Sir, I like you. Is that all right? You do say the strangest things, October. I like you too. You're kind, smart, you work hard. I didn't mean it like that. Listen, I'm no longer able to love another creature. It's not your fault, October. I'm sorry. No longer able to love another creature? What does he mean? You saw it, remember? Saw what, sir? The photo. Yes, sir, I didn't mean to. Don't worry about it. I knew you wouldn't lie. I suppose I should tell you. That was a photo of the most important bird in my life. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't mean to come in between. I thought we could live through anything, just the two of us. I think we meant more to each other than any birdie else in the world. But one day I looked around, I was all alone. Life changed after that. I stopped caring about a lot of things. I can never forget our life, our promises. but I'm not sure how to say this. As I looked at the photo every day, I realized I couldn't tell anymore. Couldn't tell if I felt love when I saw that face or if I felt hatred. I think losing someone dear is painful for everyone. After a while, I couldn't stand to see it anymore.
So you...
That's right. But even as I tried to forget, some part of me didn't want to. You see now, right? I didn't want to love again. By now, the love I felt has soured into resentment. Rather than forcing all that hatred onto one person, I think it's better to love everyone around you just enough that you won't regret losing them.
That's too sad.
You don't agree, October?
I love your kindness, sir. But when I see that kindness bringing you pain, I have to wonder if there isn't a better way.
Ha, I wonder. By the way, there's one more thing I should tell you. That photo. It's gone now. I burned it.
Eh?
When you saw it, made me think about things again. I never would have shown it to anyone, so I was rather shaken. We both knew that one of us would be gone one day, and neither of us would have wanted to see the other mourn. So as I looked at the photo, I thought it was better to put it away, so I burned it. Sort of as an apology for defacing it like that. I should remember the beautiful face I knew, not a photo covered in scribbles. Oh, October, just because I'm a teacher doesn't mean you should always look up to me.
That doesn't have anything to do with it.
But I understand that you don't want to forget.
Oh, that's me. But I understand that you don't want to forget her, sir.
I have an idea, October. I will be waiting here at this school forever. If after you've grown up a little and you still feel the same way, I'll be here for you.
Sir, that's...
I don't like to make idle promises, but I'm sure you'll grow into a wonderful person, October. So let's wait until then.
Yes, sir. Graduating, growing up, and then coming back here, that will be another story. I don't know what he'll say to me on that day. I assume I don't know what I will feel or what he will feel, but right now I am truly happy. Okay. That... Do I like that ending? Not necessarily, but that's a better ending with the teacher than I thought it would be. Because I thought he was just gonna be with her while she's still a sophomore. Yuck. But at least he's bare minimum. Like, hey, wait until you're not a child, maybe? I mean... Alright, what may come? He's sleeping. The drawings at the end are so adorable. Aww. Okay. That was quite a lot. That was a lot to handle. Here's the plan, everybody. I'm going to do one more ending, and then that will be it for this round. So this time, we are going to be going with Nageki, who is like the shy library boy, because he also only has one ending. So we are going to do that. So I will see you in a moment when, again, we get to the crossroads choice. So a lot of these choices I made in the last route. So what I'm going to do is after this, I'm just going to skip everything until we get to a choice that is different. Just save everybody's time. So I'll see you in a moment. We are obviously going to join the library staff, and I'll be back. Okay, so here's where it actually gets different. Also, if you see any of my cat popping up, mind your business. She's straight chillin'. So this time we are supposed to recommend Night on the Galactic Railroad. What about Night on the Galactic Railroad? I liked it.
Too stereotypical.
Oh, sorry, you've already read it, I imagine.
Yes, though I liked it too.
And so I spent the afternoon working in the library, occasionally exchanging a word with Nageki. Time flows by slowly. This sort of thing is nice too. Cute. I do like him. I think he's... Listen, is he like kind of mean sometimes? Yeah, but like, it's his little character. I like him. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get a job? No, I'm not. I'll be back. Alright, we're up to the summer festival and we're going with Nageki.
I'll invite Nageki. He needs to get out more. But I don't know his address or phone number. I'll go look in the library if I'd go look in the library if the school weren't already closed. Now that I think about it, I only know him as the depressed freshman who's always in the library. I'd like to learn more about him, though he'd probably never tell me anything if I asked. Going out is too much trouble. I think I'll have some udon and go to bed. Damn, well, I tried. Today's my day as receptionist. There's nobody here, as usual. Maybe I should work on the newspaper. Nageki? Yes? Do you have a minute? What is it? I want to write a book review. I'm working on the library newspaper, and there's a corner open, so I thought, can't you write one yourself? I'm always writing them. We never get submissions, so the book reviews are just turning into our personal soapbox. Perhaps it would be better to remove them from the paper. My thoughts exactly. I'd like to see how you'd write one, though. It doesn't have to be very long, either. I'll write one later. Leave the paper here. Yay, thank you. Is he just gonna, excel at book reviews? I bet he would. I think there's everything for September issue. He's gonna write a little book review. Yeah. Alright, we're studying in the library this time. The library should be open now. I think I'll go study. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I'm prepared enough for my tests. I'd like to go study if that's alright. Of course. Work hard, okay? There are already a number of students working in the library. Looks like mostly third years. They've probably all decided on their colleges and careers already. Will I be that frantic this time next year, I wonder? Nageki is here too, leaning against a bookshelf in a far corner. Nageki! Miss October, did you need something? Why are you over here? There's still plenty of seats open. You should sit down. I don't mind standing. You look like you mind. You don't like being near other birds? Is that it? He nods. They'll just ignore me anyway, whether or not I go near. Nageki, are you being... Ooh, what should I say? I need to say bullied. He falls silent. If there's something wrong, I'd like to help. Oh. I know I picked that at some point before, but I don't think my character said I'd like to help, so that's nice. Alright, so we're back at the school festival, and we're wondering if Nageki is in the library today. Probably. I think I'll go buy something and hang out with him. Yep, door's open. Nageki? Close it, please. I knew you'd be here. The door. It's loud outside. Oh, sorry. You're staying here even today? It's almost like this is where you live. Is there something wrong with that? Of course not. You're kind of like a friendly ghost or something. It's reassuring to know you're here. Anyway, I brought you something. You're planning to stay here all day, right? What did... cookies? Yep, the birdwatching club was selling bird-shaped cookies. Aren't they cute? Have some. Thanks. Hearing him thank me makes me very happy, even if it wasn't a whisper. He even looks a little happier than usual. There's lots of other stuff, too. The third years are doing a play, and one class put together a god-tier haunted house. I was thinking of looking around a little more. Nageki, want to come with me? No. Oh, no, he looks angry. No, thank you. Go ahead if you want. Well, alright. Sorry, I didn't mean to try to drag you out of here. I think he might actually live in here. Now that I think about it, I've never seen him anywhere else. Maybe he comes straight here as soon as he goes to school? Damn. How's he in school? Okay. I got too excited for the festival and didn't study at all. Oh, where's my history textbook? It's not on my desk. Oh, I was reading it in the library during lunch, so maybe it's still there. I'll go look. Sir. Welcome back, October. Where are you going? I think I left something in the library. Do you know if the door's still open? Somebody brought the key to the staff room a few minutes ago, so I think it's locked now. I'll go there first then. Thank you, sir. I was sitting over there? Here it is, yay. Oh. Somebody's written on the page I left open. The Congress dances, but does not progress. Well, that's funny, but don't write on people's books. Don't leave books lying around with their pages to the four winds. Nageki? What? Why are you so surprised? I hadn't thought you'd still be here. Why not? The door was locked. Don't tell me they locked you in. That would be terrible. It was? I hadn't realized.
Well, if it was an accident, then it's alright. Maybe. Geez, you're supposed to make sure there's no birdie left inside before you lock the door. Anyway, I need to lock the door again. I should... Yep, go home with him. Hey, Nageki, let's go home together.
No, thank you.
He didn't even pause to think about it. Where do you live? I'll walk with you.
I'm fine, really. Don't worry about me.
You always get mad when I suggest you go outside. I think he's actually a ghost. Like, straight up, I think he's a ghost tethered to the library.
Don't jump to... If I could, I'd...
What?
Don't worry about it. I'll lock the door, so just leave the key there.
He's already reading again. I think I'm annoying him. I think he's a ghost. Leave it in the comments now. Comment and I'll totally see it. Is he a ghost? I think he is. My grades aren't looking very good. I need to work harder to recover before finals. And so I sat studying in the library, while one by one the other students filed out to go home. When I look up, I'm alone. Or not. My, how unusual. I think this is the first time you sat down next to me, Nageki.
I want to talk with you.
You're nothing but surprises today.
I'll leave you alone if you're busy.
No, talk away.
I was shocked when you first came and talked to me, Miss October. You're the only one who didn't ignore me. No one but you has ever talked to me. That's why this is the only place for me.
That's terrible. Nageki, that's awful. Which class are you in? I'll talk to our teacher.
I'm not done talking yet.
Sorry, go on.
You think I'm being bullied, right? I thought that too.
You're not?
I don't think so, no. Being bullied might be better than this.
Better than this? Then what is he?
I'm not sure yet, though. When you talk to me, I remember things sometimes, but it's still not enough.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Miss October, I think I'm...
October, you're here late. Sir, the school's already starting to close for the night. It's good to study, but working too hard on your own for too long can backfire on you. Lock the door and head home soon, okay? On my own? Sir, what are you talking about? I'm not a... Huh? Nageki's gone. He was just here a moment ago. Where'd he go? Did he leap out the window and go home ninja style?
I'm telling you, I think he's a ghost. I think he's gotta be a ghost.
Closing time already. I don't really have any reason to be here again until the semester starts up. Oh no, it's snowing. It was clear when I left. Crossing the wilderness to get to my house in a blizzard, I'd be risking my life.
You're still here?
Nageki. A book under his arm, the same as always. I do wonder about last time, but if he wants to talk, then he'll talk to me. For now, I won't bring it up. I was about to go home, but...
Snow?
I guess I'll have to wait until it stops. He makes a noise of agreement and sits down next to me with his book. He's been a little distant lately, but maybe he's warming up to me in his own way? What are you reading?
Dickens, A Christmas Carol.
Oh, it's Christmas Eve today, isn't it?
Please keep quiet in the library.
Sorry. I completely forgot. I guess this makes it a white Christmas. More like a whiteout Christmas, if you ask me. Looks like you're almost finished?
Yep, I just got to the part where Tiny Tim dies and Scrooge sees his own grave.
Sounds like a depressing story.
You haven't read it? Even though you work here?
I'm Buddhist, so Christmas stuff has never been...
Tim is a boy born weak who dies young. The protagonist, Scrooge, sees that will happen and tries to prevent it.
Time travel? I thought it was a classic, but it sounds kind of science fiction-y.
I can see that. It's not really the focus of the book, though.
I'd like to see the future. It'd be nice being able to avoid getting into trouble.
I wouldn't like it.
No?
The future is what it is. It is what it is, and that's all there is to it.
And so we enjoyed the present point in time along which we flowed. This is a nice way to spend Christmas, I think. That's sweet, actually. Alright, so for Nageki, I am also supposed to buy the country millet, so I will be back. Alright, we're back at the library. Almost empty, as always. And unsurprisingly, the heating doesn't work well here, so the winter cold will stick around well through February. The pervading chill has earned the library the dubious honor of being one of the school's least popular places in winter. The few students here are huddled around the heater, so Nageki should be... There you are, Nageki. Sitting in a frigid corner far from the meager effects of the heater, as expected.
Please be.
Quiet in the library. Oh, you can somehow forgive my dreadful sin? It's cold in here. You okay, Nageki?
I am fine. Don't mind me, Miss October. Feel free to go sit by the heater if you're cold.
Nope, I'm fine. My house doesn't have a heater at all. Anyway, I have something for you. It's Legumentine's, you know. Here, foxtail millet.
For me?
Yep, you're supposed to give beans to the most important bird in your life today. Do you want them?
Yes, thank you.
He looks happier than usual, or is it my imagination?
I often ate these when I was younger. This brings back memories. Thank you, Miss October.
You're welcome, Nageki. When he was younger. Okay. Lots of requested books are going to come in today. I'll have work through lunch. Sorting all of these takes forever. I think I'll just leave the encyclopedias, have the encyclopedias to do before I'm done. Huh? There's a note on the help desk counter. Miss October, be here after the other students have all left. Fujishiro Nageki. It reads like a challenge to a samurai duel. How fitting. I think this is the first time he's approached me. I wonder what it's all about. He's gonna tell me his secret. Nageki, are you here? Nageki?
For here.
Nageki?
Hello, Miss October.
You startled me. How long have you been standing there?
From the very beginning.
So what did you need?
I want to talk with you, Miss October.
Talk with me?
Continue our conversation.
You're talking about bullying, I think? Okay, I'm all ears, Nageki.
I'm not sure where to start. I've noticed a lot since we last spoke together. Miss October. Let's go outside.
What? But he hates going outside.
Come on.
He stands up and walks over to the door. I follow, agitated.
You first.
Okay. He's not going to be able to follow me. Why does he want to go out all of a sudden? I should be happy, but... Huh? What's wrong? You said you wanted to come out here. He stands in the doorway, pushing against open air. What are you doing? Mime?
Watch.
He walks back a little ways into the library and then runs forward, crashing into the air. Nageki, what? Thud. He bounces off the invisible wall and falls back into the library. That's too good to be a mime act.
As I thought, I can't leave.
What?
I can't leave this room. I wake up in this library. After a while, I lose consciousness and wake up here again, and so it repeats. I said I'd come to understand the truth by talking to you, Miss October. You've probably noticed, too, why no one else talks to me.
That's because... Yep, they can't see you. I'm the only one who can see you?
Probably. I forgot why I was here, how I came to be stuck in this place. I've been alone here for years, with no one to talk to.
For years?
My sense of time has broken. I cannot feel or remember its passage. I've seen at least 5 school festivals go by. But then you came and talked to me.
Oh, is he like transparent now? I don't think he was before. Am I crazy? Oh, damn.
I had had no partner but myself for so long, and suddenly, you wouldn't leave me alone. As I talked to you, I finally remembered why I can't leave.
I knew it, like, in my bones. I knew it, but hearing him say it... This is crazy. This is about birds.
I killed myself in this room, and so here I stay. My clock broke here, its hands turning meaninglessly, each day the same as the last. Alone, forever. No one is bullying me or ignoring me. I'm not here to begin with. I have no regrets. It was my choice to end my life here, after all. But I think I will miss you, Miss October. If I wasn't like this, I would have liked to talk to you more, for longer.
Nageki. I wrap my arms around him. I can feel him, softly, but he's cold.
At first, sitting here alone was painful, but I grew numb over time, ceased to feel pain. That feeling that I thought I had lost came back because of you.
I'll talk to you enough to make up for everyone else, Nageki. Maybe one day you'll be able to leave.
No.
Why not?
As I talked to you, I changed. I didn't notice until just recently. When you told me about this school, I was probably trying to take back the time I was never able to spend here. I never asked you to, but you relentlessly told me everything that was going on here. I already feel like I spent a full year at this school.
He's getting more and more transparent. Is he gonna, pass on and disappear?
And now it's over. I think the clock's hands are going to stop soon.
Nageki? His head is right next to mine, but his voice sounds muffled and distant. When I look down, his feet are already disappearing. Nageki, wait! We've never talked like this before. I don't want this to be the last time.
Don't cry, Miss October. I'm already long gone. There's no one here to mourn.
But
there's just one thing I need to tell you before I go. The thing that I noticed. The secret that stopped my clock.
No, don't say it, Nageki.
As I filled up, I grew closer to disappearing. You're the one who made me disappear, Miss October. I can't stop it now.
But I still have so many things to tell you.
You've already given me more than enough. I'm satisfied. The secret. Thank you. I love you.
Bro. It just ends like that? Bro, be for real. Bro, be fucking for real with me right now. Dreams end. Okay. That's so sad. I just kept getting sadder and sadder as these endings went on. Oh my god. Well, that was more Hatoful Boyfriend. I did not expect any of those to go where they went. I'll say that right now. I just gotta remind you, this is about birds. This game is about birds. But I love this game. The more I play it and the more the storylines get weirder, I love it. That's so fun. I love it. It's so fun. These are just I said it in my first part. These sorts of games are my favorite. The visual novel dating sims that are actually a little more than you would expect. My favorite things ever. This is my absolute shit. I'm having such a fun time. I love this game. That is all I'm going to be playing today. Next week, I will hopefully do the rest of the endings, depending on how long they take. I know a lot of the characters have multiple endings, so we'll see. I'm just going to play it by ear like I did this episode. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. If you have not already, I would really appreciate if you would go check out my other videos. That would mean a lot. Otherwise, go ahead and subscribe if you aren't already. That would mean almost more. If you want to like the video, comment which has been your favorite ending so far. I'm very curious to see what other people's favorites have been so far. Comment if there are any other games that you would like me to play. I love taking suggestions. And otherwise, do whatever you want. Thank you again, and I will see you next week for more surprisingly depressing pigeons. See you then.